Ready or not, here we go.
Check it out, he got Snoopy on a typewriter.
I like it, he's getting it done.
But I've shown you this cup before, right?
Yes.
We had a bunch of decisions, all of them wrong. Okay.
That's how I felt when
We're just having a conversation.
walked into work this morning. Yeah.
Is that right?
Maybe not 120,
made
but a little
120
bit.
decisions today, all of them wrong.
Yeah.
So, thus says Snoopy. Well, all right.
I'm Jake Schriner.
And I'm Pastor Johnny Leckie. And this is the Compass Conversation Podcast. Welcome, we say. Welcome. We will follow you, King Jesus. All right, and we're back. Here we are, just like that.
Thanks for
Making a fast second notice. Well, hello, friends. Thank you for joining us on the podcast tonight. You are the few and the proud. All of you who follow along and kind of drive those little numbers, besides just being minuscule numbers. We appreciate you so much.
Yes,
you don't comment, but you should. You should say something. Give us a cookie recipe, something. But anyway, we're glad you're here no matter what. Anyhow, Jake Schriner, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Lots happened the last couple weeks. Works has its up and downs as always. But the more exciting things that happened are, and we'll talk about it. But it's garden season, which I'm really excited about. Yeah, I got I got my home garden planted out on top of our church one, right? But the home one's looking really good. That's been nice. The compass spot's good. We have been fostering a dog for the last couple weeks.
What does that mean, fostering?
So we're watching a dog for the Aurora Animal Shelter right now. So they're trying to
keep talking.
Yeah. So
I've never heard of this before.
Fostering an animal? You haven't heard?
I don't think so.
Okay. So
like their family was
the Aurora
really mean, and abusive, so the dog is now.
So this dog was a stray. This is a runaway. They found him like a couple months ago. And so someone dropped him off at the Aurora Animal Shelter.
Okay.
And so they need help with fostering these animals, so they don't just keep the dogs like in a cage the whole time. So we got the dog staying with us for a few weeks,
and they're kind of hoping you love it.
Yeah, we like it, but we're not going to hold on to it. But we're giving it a nice home to stay in, a family environment to stay in, while like people can go to Aurora Animal Shelter online or on Facebook and see him. And they can see the updates that we post about him, and then someone hopefully will want to adopt him.
Yeah,
so we're just giving him a good home in the interim. Colette wanted to start doing that, and I think for the most part, it's been working out pretty well. He's a good guy. He's this pit bull mix. We'll probably actually, since we're doing church outside next Sunday,
we'll
probably bring him. Yeah, he's actually he's very well behaved. He's quiet. He doesn't bark really.
I need to put that on our under the tree dog friendly.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is unleash, right? Yeah, but I mean, this is Colorado. Everybody has a dog, right?
That's true.
So we've been doing that. That's been a fun new experience for us because we've never done that before. And since we've been without an animal for a while, Colette was really ready to have a dog back in the house. And since she works from home, she's now got a little buddy. He hangs out next to her in her office space, so she's got a little company during the day. It's been a lot of fun doing that and helping out in that regard. So
now, have you ever been a part of the conversations for Compass Church? Speaking of, where we had the idea to do an event called Dogapalooza, and I always forget about it. It's one of those things where it's like you offer like for an hour or 2 hours on a Saturday.
Yeah.
This kind of big event, and you partner with like even some local vets and whatever want to promote their business, and just do a free for the community dog wash.
Oh, okay.
And have them checked out or whatever. If they haven't had their shots, get them registered with the city of Aurora, that sort of thing. Yeah. And then maybe having a stupid pet tricks competition.
Yes, so sort of.
But just Dogapalooza outreach. We probably have so many people, but there'll all be people. Who knows how many will be people that want to come to our church.
Right. Yeah.
That's the nature of events, right?
Yes, absolutely. But so that's been No, I have not heard you talk about that. But
Okay, it's been a while. Dogapalooza, it was something we were really serious about doing for a while. Then we just
I bet we'd get a few people.
It fell
all right.
on the side.
Yeah, so yeah.
Maybe
So
down the line, we'll be doing a Dogapalooza.
Yeah, it's been...
You heard it here first. Behind the scenes.
So it's been good doing that, and then we got vacation coming up in a few weeks. And so we'll be gone on a Sunday, going out to Lake the Ozarks. We're going out for like 5 days, but we'll be gone over a weekend. So I'll tell you about that.
Yes,
I think
I have it on the calendar.
Yeah, I was going to say I think I've already mentioned it, but
yeah. Anybody who's going to be gone over the week, I've already
right.
I've already had it just so I can plan around it.
Yeah.
We're such a small church. I mean, every person, if you're going to be out of town, please help me.
We feel it, yeah.
Right, I'm not going to chase you down. You have to check in with me. Nothing like that. It's just helping to know that's not the day to do the big thing.
Right.
Everybody's gone. Like the month of June.
Yeah, right. That's a big travel month.
Next 2 weeks are going to be weird.
I know. Yeah. And then Harper's off school, so she's, so it is summer break.
Finally,
Yes.
summer break.
So we no longer have a first grader in the house. We have a second grader, which is crazy to think because she was only 2 when we started coming to Compass Church.
That's true.
She wasn't even 3 yet.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
I love that trajectory of your family to this day. It gives me grand encouragement.
It's been it's
cool.
It's been fun to be a part of. So how are you, Johnny?
Second grade. I love second grade. Those are great. That's a great grade.
Yeah, she's doing well. She's excited. She was really bummed out to leave because she really loved her first grade teacher. There was tears on the last day. I was like, baby, it's summer break.
Oh, I thought you meant the teacher.
No. Harper was like upset, and it was like, we're on summer break. What are you doing? So she's
sweet.
She's excited, but yeah. So how are you? You good, Johnny?
I am as good as I usually am.
Okay.
So
Man, that bad.
I must be pretty bad, man. I'm barely alive. Happy to be alive. Happy to be here. We're talking about summer break, and I'm still like, what is that? What is a summer break? I don't know what that. I could probably. Did I announce this yet? I didn't. We talked.
You were very
about
vague, and
that's true.
Yeah, you had said something.
Anybody who was watching probably figured out.
They could have figured it out, yeah.
But yeah, so even though the school has not officially announced it, I think they're a little ashamed. But no, I'm just kidding.
Embarrassed.
No, they're excited. They're excited. But I am still waiting for a few Colorado Department of Education approval things still.
For sure.
But I'm in the thick of that because beginning in August, like first week of August even, so not very far away, I will be the music teacher at Arkansas Elementary School.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know that, now you know.
It's awesome.
I'll be teaching music.
That's super cool.
And I am excited about it and also freaked out by it and all that stuff. So part of what I've been doing is, well, not everybody knows this, but teachers have to have a certain number of hours every year in professional development hours.
Okay.
So kind of like a doctor,
Right, you gotta keep
up to date.
Yeah.
So you have to go to these classes and you have to go to these trainings and things. And you literally have to do those. It's like a job requirement kind of thing. So I was able to, or I'm in the process of knocking out 12 of those hours that I needed today, and then again tomorrow with a class I'm taking in Lyman.
Right on.
So yeah, I had to get up early this morning. I haven't been here very long, ready to do the podcast. Yeah. But it was good. It's one of those things where it's mind-numbing in a way, but this was a very good teacher. She's written a couple of books, kind of speaks around the country. And
nice. Okay. Cool.
She was teaching that. It was very interactive, and I had this. I have a master's degree that has to do with religious education. Okay, so I understand how people learn best, and it's not just sitting and listening.
Right.
My favorite way to be in a class is to just sit, listen, and take notes, and then I'll look at it later, right? That's my personality. I hate group projects. I hate that kind of stuff. But every time I'm a part of one, I usually, it works out. Mm-hmm. So she was very, very good about how she taught today. And I actually went, I'm applying this day one. So I got really practical stuff today, but it was the whole day. And tomorrow will be the whole day, and then I'm done until the last week of July, which is every day that week, and then I'm in school the next week. Right. So it's like, it didn't give me a lot of time to prepare.
You got a short summer break.
But anyway, yeah, so I'm a little worried for that, but I'm excited about that. It's a great thing to be doing in the background here, even though it's going to consume a tremendous amount of my time in the next few. What I'm hoping is I'm getting the rhythm of it. Hey, rhythm, music teacher. What I'm hoping is, let's try that again. Pretend I didn't say that. I hope I get into the flow of this thing, and that it's not as hard as, I mean, I have some background in this stuff. That's why I was able to get hired. So
Yeah.
anyhow, kind of cool, kind of a background thing for Compass Church.
Yeah, I think that's awesome. When I was growing up, I was in a all boys choir called Contorai, and I was in it from 10 years old until I was 18. I spent 8 years in the group, and with that choir group, I was able to tour Brazil. I was able to tour, I toured New Zealand. I've been to 26 different states.
Wait, I don't think I knew about that.
Yeah, I went to when I was 13. I got to go to New Zealand for 16 days with this choir and tour the whole country. And this group that I was in, it was a community choir, and the guy that ran it was this phenomenally brilliant musician named Joel Ross. But the reason I was even able to audition to be a part of this group was because of my elementary school music teacher.
Is that
so?
Right?
What? Music took me way farther than any of the sports I ever did, and any other programs I ever did. I got to go do the coolest stuff in my entire life because of music. And so
I can say
the influence you will have on hopefully have on some of these kids can be incredibly positive. Plus, it's also on a scientific side. It's proven that kids that participate in music do better academically. There is not even a question about it. So.
Well, I remember this was the question that I froze on that I was telling you. It was the first one I was ready to go.
Oh yeah,
I forgot it. That's what I talked about. But music education is crazy important because it engages. I know that every time you think or do anything, you're engaging your whole brain. But I mean, generally speaking, right. left hemisphere, it engages both sides. Right? There's sort of the mathematical, analytic, music theory kind of aspect of music, beat, rhythm, and all that stuff. But then there's a wildly creative side of it. And so I think that's why it really just fires up your synapses in your brain there.
Yep.
So yeah, absolutely. That makes a lot of sense. But I did. You may need to tell me about how that dude arranged that trip for you and everything. I'll take it one step at a time. And again, I haven't really even announced this on social media or anything, so this is a great place to mention that live. So those of you who are, like I said, we love you guys. You're getting the real stuff. You're getting behind the first news.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't even announced it out to anybody. And there are tons of teachers even at our school who had no idea that I will be doing that next year. I hope they're excited. I think most of them will be. I think it's pretty cool. But
it'll be good. Yeah.
Anyhow, I was going to say something about that, but I lost my train of thought. I'm not even surprised that I lost my train of thought, to tell you the truth. While I'm trying to do that, I'm sorry to interrupt by grabbing my phone. I know it's kind of a rude thing. I was tracking with you, but the reason I am, let me see if I can find this and talk at the same time. We had this, look at that, it was the first one.
There you
go. Issue with our Compass Church email.
Our email, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I even made reference to this, I think even on Sunday, about dumb AI.
Mm-hmm. Careful.
We love you, though.
You're doing fantastic. What a good job.
Don't kill us.
Taking our order at Wendy's. What a good job.
Yeah, you're brilliant. Well, no, I was reminded again. I mean, yes, AI is crazy invasive and smart in a certain way.
Yeah.
But it's also still, it's nothing like some of the fears that were put out.
Right.
It's gonna be all over and everything. It sort of is. Some of the AI models are just crazy. You know what? If you have not seen the 1982 or 83 movie War Games, you should see it. Prescient, prophetic. Would you like to play a game?
It's a 45-year-old movie. I mean, it's
fantastic. I still love it. Leona, every now and then I'll make Leona watch it with me.
Hacking into NORAD or whatever.
Yes. It still holds up today. I mean, the tech is But that computer, what is it doing? It's AI. How do we not know this? And then, not even talking about Terminator. I mean, come on. So anyhow,
Skynet's here. Yeah,
right. It's already here, man. But it is amazing how dumb it can be. Just outrageously dumb. And that's also scary because it's being given control of so many things. Mm-hmm. And here we're seeing Compass Church's web host, which I will not utter here in the dark tongue.
Can you rhyme it? No, I'm kidding. I'm not.
Who host? Some power host. We've not had that. I've never really. Well, we had a little trouble with them about 7 years ago or something, but we haven't had any trouble with them. So I don't want to badmouth them. Right. But I tried to solve this problem. The problem was I could not send from Johnny at compassdenver.com. We received them, but anytime I would try to send it, it showed in the folder on the webmail that it had been sent, but it was never received by anybody. And so I did tests, I did all kinds of things. And it was really dumb because at one point, when I engaged with, first it was an AI chat.
Right, customer service, something, Yeah,
and I just asked it's like if you use a compound sentence, it's like, oh, well, let me get you somebody more. I'm like, okay. So I thought, okay, a live person. Yeah. And then they gave this expert, hi, and they gave me a name, blah, 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 blah. And it didn't take long. I went, this isn't a person.
Right, yeah.
I could just tell. Yeah. Just the dumb way that it was talking. So I made sure they gave me a transcript. So let me just share with you real fast.
Here we go.
The end. I mean, I gave this to Melissa and Kyle the other day. So the agent here is saying things like, oh, no need to worry. Please hold on for a few moments. That kind of thing, right? So one of the things that, the real person also said something dumb, but I'll tell you that. I just got to get it off my chest, Jake. We'll do it quick, and then we'll get to the good stuff, all right? So virtual assistant, after they went through and said first that it was because we had too many mails. It just said, the problem is more emails.
Oh, like we just sent too many. Like
well,
we used up
if you speak English, but most people don't say it. Your problem is more emails, and that's what it said. And just let it sit for 24 hours; it'll reset. And I was like, wait a minute, that makes no sense. There aren't that many emails. And so I challenged the AI. It was like, don't worry, all's gonna be fine. It said. let me move you on to. And that's when I got the next word anyway. But the thing that made me laugh, and I read this to Leona that very night. It didn't answer because it gave me the wrong problem first. Yeah. It was wrong. And then, but it said, but there will be a survey at the end. Please answer the survey. So it went kind of like this. Please, at the very end, it said, I'm going to get somebody else to deal with your problem. Yeah. And then it said, thank you for coming. Let's see what it say for. Let's see. Oop, I don't know what's about to happen here.
Come in.
I'll start with this. Come in.
Yes.
Wait, it can't already be time.
Well, we've been probably just talking to him.
For a cookie break!
Cookies.
Why, hey! Hi. Cookie?
Are these cookies?
These are special requests.
What?
Special requests. Harper wanted to give you a potato.
A potato cookie?
And then some cookies.
Oh, I wish you hadn't put it on this.
It's a cold potato.
I got you forks because they're really delicious.
I wish you hadn't set it onto this dirty tablecloth.
Oh, it's not a big deal.
Another napkin? What is it? Is it? Is it
That's a potato.
It really is a potato?
Yes,
it's true.
I was about to take a bite
They
of
were
it.
on the counter.
I thought it was cookie dough.
No, they were on the counter.
It's not time for
And
potato
Harper
break.
thought it would be funny to give you a potato.
Potato break.
Thanks, Harper.
Thank you.
One of them was cookie butter filled, and the other one is sea salt caramel chocolate chip.
Oh my! Well, let's display them first.
This one, they're real gooky, so I gave you a fork.
All right. Thanks, Harper. Potato girl.
Your daughter keeps trying to take a bite of a potato.
Oh well, I almost did. It looked like cookie dough. Oh my gosh! Well, explains why she put it right there. All right. While you're pulling that up, here's how this flow went. Okay. So the AI says, "Thank you for confirming. Let's recap. You have contacted us regarding email issue, and I was able to resolve this issue successfully. Hope I have answered all your questions. I trust that I've addressed all your questions. Does that sound good to you? I said, well, it hasn't been resolved yet.
Right.
But hopefully will be soon. Definitely, it will be resolved. And I have asked my manager to set the high priority for that, blah, 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 right? I said, okay, thanks. I'm signing off now. Look forward to hearing from them. Thanks for confirming, it says. And then it gives me the little hook for the survey.
Mm-hmm.
All right? It wants to please its overlords.
Of course.
So, yeah. So it's like, a rating of 5 means a lot. And resolving your issue in one interaction is my goal. It's my pleasure to help kind customers like you. I wish you all the success today and always stay safe. Smiley face. It was great. It continued on. I haven't responded. It was great assisting you. Thank you for contacting live chat support. Have a great rest of your day. Okay, so then I asked, how a few short questions. My representative was knowledgeable, 1 to 5, 5 being best, right? I said 4. My representative was kind and courteous, so help, please write it. I said it again. Mm-hmm. Okay, then it says, did we resolve your issue today? I said, no, my first interaction was not resolved. And then it said, how helpful was it? And I said 4 because it gave me a wrong response first. Then it said this, and here's exactly how it flowed. Okay, this is what I was trying to get to. I gave them the wrong response first. I said, sorry, how helpful was the AI assistant in trying to help? 5, it was very helpful. 1, it was not helpful. Right, you just asked that. Sorry, how helpful was the AI assistant in trying to help? 5, it was very helpful. 1, it was not helpful. Right, you just asked that. Sorry, how helpful was the AI assistant in trying to help? 5, it was very helpful. 1, it was not helpful.
Oh my goodness.
Good grief. Thank you, goodbye. Kind regards.
Nonsense. Nonsense. 1 star across the board.
And then when I did hear from a guy the next day, an email, right, with a guy with a really long, interesting name, he started referencing things like, I noticed a number of emails within the last 24 hours didn't pass our spam filter because they have, headlines like "Hey" or "Testing" or whatever. Every one of these I was doing because we couldn't send. They didn't cause it anyhow.
Right.
They resolved it today. I'll say that.
Oh,
so they finally emailed me and said, yes, we made it. We've got it. It's been cleared.
Good.
But, jeez.
Making life harder.
Thanks for being with us tonight. That's all we have.
No. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part, Bible trivia.
Bible trivia! 2 in a row! This could be terrible. I'm just telling you right now. My frame of mind.
It's okay.
Everything.
You
play along at home.
You came out strong last week with the.
Yeah, that's true.
I gamed the system. Hidden option C for the first question that wasn't even there. Okay, here we go. We got.
I'm done.
The theme today is going to be Noah. So.
Oh man, really?
Hopefully you've been in.
Is that one for me?
Yeah, that one's yours.
Okay.
Hopefully you've been through Genesis 6, 7, and 8 recently.
I have not. I told you where I'm going to struggle. So names and numbers.
That's what trivia is. I don't know how else that Okay, so here we go. How many pairs of unclean animals was Noah instructed to bring on the ark?
Oh, unclean.
Unclean.
Was it 7?
Sorry, here, hold on. How many pairs of clean animals?
2.
No. You got them backwards. Because my next question is going to be unclean.
All right, let's reverse
So
this.
let me start this again. How many pairs of clean animals was Noah instructed to bring on the ark?
That was 2. No. Clean animals.
Clean animals.
Oh, man. Was that 7?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then unclean animals is 2.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So
I kind of got it.
Contrary to popular belief, and it says like 2 pairs and 7 pairs. So even unclean animals, there were 4 of each animal on the ark, not 2 of each.
Here come the animals, 4x4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but see, it doesn't work as well with the illustrations. You got to have the 2x2 walking on that plank.
That one's mine, right?
Yeah, that was yours. Yeah,
that's your second.
Who was Noah's father?
Mr. Noah?
Mr. Noah, yes.
Oh,
that's Noah's father. Call me Noah. Wait, Mr. Noah is my father.
I'm just Noah. The son of Noah. Oh, good grief.
Begins with an L.
I want to say Lemuel.
Lamech.
Lamech. No, I can't have that one. It was not close enough. Wow, that's an obscure. I mean, it's not like an obscure. It's just one most people don't.
Yeah, they want to. Well, more people would know. You know, this is not written down. Noah's grandfather, oldest man in the Bible.
Oh, Methuselah.
Yeah.
That's weird. I knew the oldest. It's in his dad.
And how many days and nights did it rain at the beginning of the Great Flood?
40 days and 40 nights.
There it is.
Didn't it rain, children? That's a.
There it is.
That's straight out of Schoolhouse Rock.
I still remember the preamble of the Constitution because of Schoolhouse Rock.
I did that on stage in my elementary school.
Oh, really?
Shocked my teacher because at that point I was like 6th grade. I was kind of a goof off. Mm-hmm. And so we had this thing, and it was supposed to. When they were choosing the parts that they had to say, I said the preamble. I went, I'll do that one because I already knew the song.
We the people.
The only thing that was different was "We the people of the United States of America."
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So in my head, I was just singing it, and I said the whole thing, just boom, and he was just like so impressed. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'll just sing it.
They used to be part of the, yeah. I mean, that used to be. I don't think they do this anymore, but they used to be part of the 8th grade Constitution test, because you had to memorize the preamble, and that was in Illinois. I don't know how it was out here or in any other states, but I know in Illinois, in 8th grade, we had to pass a Constitution test, or you could not move on. And part of that test was memorizing the preamble. But our history teacher just pretty much put that song on repeat for like a week straight, and all of us, like as we took the test, were just humming.
That's great though.
Hey, we all memorized it. Yeah.
Is that dated? Like I always have to do this. See, I love throwing something classic into the mix that kids today wouldn't know.
Right.
But I also know that there has been some instances in some schools where the music was very dated, and that's why the kids weren't into it. So I can't lead with old timey stuff, or they're gonna think, oh, Johnny's just an old guy,
right?
Doing old stuff. He doesn't know what's what. Well,
like I mean, you know, like any measure of performance, you really need that hook at the beginning to get them in, and then you can throw in the, you know.
Once I have a successful fall, I'm gonna throw in some classic stuff.
Just fine. You're gonna do great.
I appreciate your confidence in me on that, Jake. We shall. I mean, I've got a lot of ideas. So
yeah, it's been a few years. We've been, you know, doing different levels of music together. You know, so
good point.
I have a good sense of your musical prowess.
Thank you,
I think
sir.
you're going to be doing just fine.
That's right. I forgot. Remember those Monday nights when we have like the podcast?
And then we
followed it with a worship band rehearsal afterwards.
I missed that. I was thinking about that at some point over the weekend.
I miss our worship.
And it was, our big Sundays, our worship time together, our, you know, even like our rehearsals and practices, those were fun.
Yeah.
Those were fun. It was a good chance to run through a worship team. It was a little more lax. It was very, making music together was really good.
Well, all I can tell you is I'm praying that comes back, you know. For whatever reason, God, I think, intervened into that. Because here's one thing about this I know. We always want to do our very, very best with whatever we have. With whatever we have. Whatever it is, we want to do our very best. We had a certain level of musicians who were here and a part of our church at the time. It would have been wrong, I believe, for us to not be having the worship.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right? The talent pool that we had was very
high caliber.
Very good, yes.
At a studio, we were meeting with all the people, everything about it, right?
Yeah, it would have been a shame not to.
Tracy, talking to you, man. And Kathy too, singing along with us. And anyway,
playing bass, learning bass.
Yes,
play with us.
So cool. She's playing bass at the church they're at in Texas now too. So good on you, friends. Well, anyhow, but once that went away, I know that there was a period of time. This was mostly like a couple of decades ago, more than a couple of decades actually, and church thinking often is behind the times. I'm not talking about the ancient stuff that should never change.
Right, yeah,
always be, because it's not behind the times, it's for the times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? It's so, but we're not going to change, the scripture or anything like that. But with trends and music and things like that, often the church, at least in the last couple hundred years or so, has been a bit behind the times and things. But the thinking was, whenever you start a new church, and this goes back to baby boomer thinking, in the 80s and early 90s perhaps. I think baby boomers, 90s. Anyway, that there were people who went to church in a very formal setting.
Yeah.
And as they got older, they remember hating it.
Yeah.
And dressing up and being, whatever. And so the idea was, and that's where there was a big wave of music and worship bands in the 80s. So a new church, you always had to have a cool new band. It needed to be authentic and genuine. You needed to be truly worshiping. It wasn't just for show. Back in the day, but you kind of had to have that, and that was kind of appealing to a group of people who said, "Wow, this is fresh and different." And, well, that's not the case today. There are tons of people who never would have been in church in their entire life. We can talk about in Colorado. I mean, they don't have like a background that they left because they hated it so much. It's just they've never
weren't supposed to
in church. Yeah, they don't know one thing from the other. So it's not as important a thing. And also, almost every church around has some kind of band. It's not novel.
Right.
You don't walk in and go, "Whoa, what's happening?"
Right. Yeah, what's this cool place?
Now it's more critique. I had a band I heard last week and that other church a lot better than this.
Where's the production value here? Let's go, guys.
And in part, and again, I've been a part of that world as well. And so in part, I know we do acoustic every week. It's almost like something from the 60s or something. Yeah, Michael Road. But I know it kind of comes across that way sometimes. And I'm ready to move past that where we have a few more instruments and some other things going on just to make it more excellent. But in part, it is this sort of a reaction to that overly produced show, band, audience kind of vibe. That trying to get away from that. We don't always succeed, but that's sort of the thinking sometimes behind pulling that back. But the other bigger reason is we have a few musicians. You're a musician. Leona can play. Can bring on a flute.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking what we'll start with is sort of the small scale, kind of eclectic band. By the way, speaking of eclectic bands, I heard this. There's this guy. Why can't I remember his name? This is what happens whenever you name your jazz band after the main person, because if you forget the main person's name,
you don't know.
It's like a something band, right? Yeah. Some guy actually,
the something trio.
It's like there's a band, a jazz band out of here, and the guy who leads it is a bass player. Excellent. Just stumbled across this a few weeks ago. There's some great stuff. It's a guy with a trumpet, a guy with a trombone. This guy on the bass, like electric bass, which is all kinds of crazy, cool things there. And a drummer who's very good. And then an instrument I never would have put into this kind of mix. Take a guess. What do you think it might have been?
An oboe.
Oh, that's a good guess. But no, you're incorrect.
Am I in the right
nope.
instrument category?
No, you were not.
Let's see.
If I can find that clip, maybe I'll put it here. And you'll see. What is the guy's name?
A violin?
Nope. This is a different kind of trivia. Yeah. What could it possibly be? Two more.
Can I get a category? Is it brass, woodwind, strings?
Okay, it's strings.
Strings? Okay. A harp.
Nope. Also a good guess.
I don't know.
It's jazz now.
Yeah.
But it's modern jazz.
Right. So,
one more guess.
All right.
Last guess.
It's strings. It's not. Okay, he plays bass, so it's not going to be a bass. It's a harp. Let's see. It could be it's a jazz.
I just have never seen this combo before, so there's a little.
What is a string? Strings. That's not jazz.
How are you doing at home?
Like a classical guitar? I don't know.
These are all great guesses. You still win because you got great guesses. Wait, what was the last one you said?
Classical guitar. Because you don't see that jazz.
No, it's a steel guitar.
Okay.
But he wasn't playing it like in a monkey
playing on his lap. Right, yeah.
It it wasn't that go down, 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 down. It wasn't like Porter Wagner or some kind of old-timey country. He was playing it in a very cool way, and I've never been a big fan.
Was he doing like the slide with it too and everything, or was
a little
it just,
bit?
Okay, yeah.
But he was doing all kinds of picking and things
Gotcha.
that really worked. I don't know how it worked, but it did. It's just like, what is that? He's playing a steel guitar. And like I said, I'm not a big fan of the steel guitar. Usually, my dad was a massive fan.
Mm-hmm.
I think that may be why. Maybe he OD'd, you know.
Right, you just
little
heard
too
so much of it in your life. Yeah,
It's like torturing a cat or something. Anyhow, how did we get off on this, Jake? Oh, adding instruments.
Yes.
So we could have an eclectic.
We could, absolutely.
We did a couple of, I think it was not this most recent Easter, but the one before that.
Back,
we did keyboard and he played guitar, and Michael brought in the lead. He played lead.
Yep.
So, anyway.
And I got the
Let's get
mandolin
them all
at
back.
the house. I got the trumpet at the house. I could brush off my chops.
The trumpet?
Yeah, I got a trumpet at the house. I was a trumpet player from like 5th grade through high school. I was like first chair trumpet. And
Can you imagine under the tree, trumpet?
I need to put
police
my
would be
mute in, but
arriving.
yeah, absolutely. Like someone's murdering a cat.
All right, we've sort of digressed. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Well, anywho, we've kind of gone around the world here.
Todd, let's talk about this.
Ugly old sign. I remembered literally today. You know how for the that's okay. You deal with that. I'll talk to the folks at home. We had this Halloween event, and we had some new signs made, and they looked really, really great. Well, I remembered literally today, I forgot to order some new signs. So this ugly old sign says, free movie night, balloons, popcorn, glow bracelets, 8 p.m. tonight, Arkansas Elementary School, compassdimmer.com, and it looks just plain awful. So, although it's weather beaten, right? I mean, maybe I'll freshen this one up. But I forgot to order. I was going to order some fresh new movie night signs.
Oh, okay,
I forgot until today.
That's okay.
That's what I was just telling these guys. Phil J. Kidd. Well, he said, "Oh, okay." I've taken away what the movie is, but we were doing Penguins of Madagascar.
Yeah,
and you were there for when we used
it was a couple summers back, I think.
It's 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, okay.
So enough time's gone by,
Definitely.
and that was one that was a winner. I mean, people.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember a lot of good puns in that movie.
A lot of laughing. I think a lot of people hadn't seen it, and then when they did, they were laughing at it.
Yeah,
So
that's a good movie. Absolutely.
And it made me sad. That was the same summer we also did Muppet at Treasure Island.
Yeah, and that
Which was
storm
better.
knocked us out.
Well, was that one on that one? No,
because we tried a second time at Muppet Treasure Island.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. In fact, I think both of these had to go to Saturday.
Mm.
Now, that was back in the days when we had a free ride at the school, too.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
We could change any day. We didn't
It was
care.
no big deal.
I don't know if I can do that.
But remember, a few summers, we had, we were 10 minutes into the movie at most, all of a sudden, thunder and lightning and
that's
rain,
right.
and we just, all right, call it, everybody leave, we're running around, tearing down, and... Yeah, it's always eventful. Guaranteed for rain on Friday now that we're having the movie.
Yeah,
so, or sprinklers, or it's going to be wet in some fashion.
We're just trying to serve the state of Colorado.
That's right.
However we can.
We're in a drought. Host a movie night.
Host a movie night. We'll have a downpour, or we'll have it coming from the ground.
That's right. There we go. Either way.
That's what happened last time.
That's right. Yeah, last summer. Yeah.
What was I going to say about Muppet Treasure Island? I said we were all pretty excited about that one, but I think it was better in our memory of nostalgia because it kind of fell flat on the crowd that night. It was like, all right, just note to self. That was pretty fun for everybody who knew it and loved it.
Yeah, absolutely. If you had never seen it before, it's not. Yeah,
it was a little slower.
You got to like the Muppets. You got to know the Treasure Island story, and you got to enjoy all of it as well.
But he's old enough to understand wit, not just. And the more flashy ones are better for the smaller kids and things. So yeah, but that was a good one because the penguin one is a penguin one.
Yeah, the penguins of Madagascar
is that's a win for parents and kids. So
yeah, it's a cute movie. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We're inviting so Harper and Harper's friend and potentially her parents will be joining us.
Oh, wonderful!
And then My buddy from work, he invited him today, so him and his wife and their almost 3-year-old will probably be joining us too.
Yeah,
we're gonna send out the invite to a couple neighbors as well.
Do it.
So yeah, the neighborhood across the street always shows up too. We always have a ton of kids from either school or from. Usually, yeah. So
well, this time it didn't get out. Like last time, we promoted it. Lori at the school actually promoted it to parents through that list. So I think there were a lot of parents that showed up for that because of that. But that was like after school had already started. You may not recall.
Yeah, we did it kind of late in the year.
Yep, it was well.
Not late,
August,
but it was
late, but yeah,
right,
school had started.
Yeah.
So we don't have that this time. I have an event on Facebook, word of mouth.
Yeah, I think it'll.
We got to spread the word,
Yeah. Invite people. If you hear this, invite people. Join us.
Invite some people. I'm going to try and get this out
Yeah.
quickly. I may have to edit this quickly tonight. The message from Sunday is not even up yet. So the service is, but the message is not.
Speaking of
Friday. This is no date on this. It's not tonight.
it is this
June
Friday,
5th.
June 5th.
This Friday, a few days away, 4 days from now.
Show up about 8 o'clock. We'll have popcorn and glow bracelets and grab a spot on the lawn. And
Yep. We'll also have, we haven't usually promoted this, well, there are going to be some balloons.
Mm-hmm.
And something hilarious too. I ordered some glow bracelets.
Yeah.
And so there's a cylinder that you can order through Amazon, and there's 100 in each one of those. So I think I didn't get many. And then when it arrived, it turns out I had 8.
800.
So we're going to give out a lot of glow bracelets.
Just throwing them.
Either on Friday or throughout the summer.
Everyone gets 6 glow bracelets.
Do you remember Hot Dog Summer? This is Glow Bracelet Summer.
That's great.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know if I made a mistake or they made a mistake. I haven't gone back and looked. But there's a mistake. That's more than I was planning to get, I guarantee you.
We'll use them.
Yeah,
we just save them for the glow and go. If you don't throw them out,
they still work. It's a chemical that doesn't go bad.
That's right. Not to switch subjects here, but I don't want to run out of time to talk about this. You did finish up your 4-part series. We've been talking about the Sermon on the Mount for like 15 months now. And you last night, and I told you this last week, but your message with breaks, of course, yes, with breaks. It was broken up into 4 sermon series.
Yep.
And as I mentioned to you last week, the message on your decision, make a decision, that was one of my favorite. Yep, there's a narrow path. And you got to make a decision. It's presented to you, and there it is. And that was, as I told you, that was one of my favorite messages that she gave. And then yesterday, you finished up the Sermon on the Mount series, and really ended it with some strong verses and very powerful stuff too. So
thanks, man.
Got anything you wanted to cap off on that? Something
sure.
In the last 15 months you wanted to interject here now?
Should I preach some more? Why, sure, Jake. Here I go. Just as a preacher to preach
Everybody
some more.
buckle in. No,
all I'm saying is, one of the things that's kind of confusing, I think, is when Jesus said, with a false prophet, you'll know them by their fruit.
Right.
And his illustration has to do with, a fruit tree only has one kind of fruit. Like an orange tree, it's going to produce oranges, so you know it's an orange tree. And you can easily confuse that because later in like Galatians, when we're talking about the fruit of the Spirit,
right.
You don't want to think, oh, well, I'm just a love person. Or I just have one of the fruit of the Spirit. But it's a whole different description of a whole different thing.
Right.
And Jesus is saying that the way you know whether someone's a false prophet is by the fruit of their teaching, is the idea. Are they saying something that agrees with what I just told you?
Right.
Okay, so that's the point of that in that message. So I tried to explain that the fruit in the life of a believer isn't just one fruit. It's like a whole orchard of different fruits. Love, joy, peace, and we looked at that. So I listened to that again. I thought, I hope that was clear, but I'm not sure if it was, if you never even knew anything about that at all.
Right.
By your fruit you shall know them. Wait. Because I did have someone once seem to think that in the letter to the Galatians, as the fruit of the Spirit is being described, And I explained to them that it's fruit plural, right? Or fruits.
Fruits of the Spirit, yeah.
I don't think that's how we speak today, but but it's plural. These are the kinds of things that are the fruit of a life that's yielded to the Spirit of God.
Absolutely, yeah. That's what you're producing is all of those things, not just one of them.
Yes, and that it is not the same as gifts of the Spirit. And they were kind of like, well, I don't know about that. So anyway, spiritual gifts, that's a different description of a different kind.
Well, it's spoken about in different
happening.
areas too. I mean, like Corinthians, it talks about, the different roles of the head and the feet and the arms.
Yeah,
I mean,
and that you may have certain spiritual gifts that I don't, and he's describing parts of the body and that they are going to be different, but you should desire the greater gifts, which is something most people don't always think about. And this could be a massive tangent. I don't have time for it tonight, but I was just going to say, a lot of people, when they speak of spiritual gifts in Scripture, they have a tendency to think of them like your Myers-Briggs personality exam, right? And Myers-Briggs,
of
course.
You're like, what kind of Christian?
Yeah, what are you? And it's a
personality test.
Yeah, it's like a personality test. And so the thing is, there've been produced a lot of tests to test what your spiritual gifts are.
Yeah.
And they put them into different categories. Well, are you more of an analytical, blah, 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 blah. Well, you can take that test and not even be a Christian, and so you have
it's going to give you an answer.
Gifts, which makes no sense at all. But anyhow. And also the fact that Paul says, as he's describing various gifts, it's like we often are impressed with what somebody else's, how God is gifting them.
Right.
But they're like spiritual power tools God gifts us for specific acts of service. Right? They're not ways to make yourself feel better.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not. I understand me now. It's not that. It's to give you a special ability within your relationship with God to serve His church and to serve people. Which is outward. Not
it's service. It's
the total opposite of a spiritual gift inventory is what they're usually called, because that's all just nasal gazing. Nasal. I said gazing. Nasal gazing. I said navel gazing is what I meant to say. And I remember there was this grumpy old lady in a church I served at one point. That's all I'll say. I think that's safe. I've been in ministry a long time. I'm not talking about you. No, she passed away years ago anyway. But grumpy old lady, she was real mean. She made pastors of their church just browbeaten so many times before we ever got there. And she just was holier than thou and everything. So this church did one of these things. Well, it's your own self-evaluation. If you really want an accurate picture, you should have somebody else who's around you a lot tell you what they are observing in you that God is doing, and maybe you can confirm that in your own heart. But anyhow, she went through the spiritual gifts, and it turns out
she got all of them.
She had all of them. Every single one of them.
How blessed.
What kind person you are. How can you have the gifts of the Spirit but no fruit of the Spirit, right? So anyway, that's my little mini sermonette. I can go off on that. That's in part the problem with some churches out there. So anyhow, how you got on this?
I like. I do like that last line of I think it's verse 23 where it says, "I will say I never knew you. Depart from me, you lawbreakers."
Yeah.
And I like your explanation of it because I think that can be confusing because he's not necessarily speaking to like everybody there, because his line before it in 22 it says, "Didn't we prophesy in your name? Didn't we drive out demons in your name?" And your description of that being, well, even though it says like in his name, the point being that they did it for the wrong reasons. They claim it was in his name, but it wasn't. And he's going to say, "I never knew you."
Yeah, they were false prophets.
Right. And I mean that should also be a somewhat scary verse to most Christians though too, because I mean if we're missing the boat,
well, that's true. But again, you don't want to. Again, he's not talking about how to be in fact, the whole Sermon on the Mount is how to behave as a believer.
Right.
And as a believer, we need to be cautious of people who.
Heaven.
Yeah.
Holy cow!
Great byline.
But how believe that's good, Jake. But Well, believers need to be wary of wolves in sheep's clothing and make sure we're listening to the words of Jesus and to the Bible, and not to somebody who just gets, some cult leader or somebody who doesn't even know Jesus is the idea. The reason they will be separated, and Jesus say, "Depart from me, I never knew you," is because he never knew them.
Right, yeah.
They're not even kind of Christians who are saying they're own.
Right.
So there's a difference. You remember the illustration I gave with the guy in that theology class who stood up and pointed out, "Professor, you're a false one." And it was only because he disagreed with him.
Right. Yeah.
So the idea of calling someone a false prophet for almost anything is not wise or accurate, right? You do need to watch out for false teaching or error and be cautious of that, but they may not be a false prophet in the sense that Jesus was talking about. And interestingly enough, in the early church, even Paul talked about some of these people. It's like if anybody preaches I meant to even throw this in the message. Good thing we have a podcast for whoever's listening. It's like if someone comes to you and preaches a different gospel than I've preached to you, let them be cursed is the idea. Because they don't know the Jesus I'm talking about. Right? So it's not like they were followers of Jesus, their heart was changed, they've been born again as Jesus describes, but now they said some things that were a little wonky.
Right.
Going to hell.
Yeah.
No, that's not the idea. So you don't want to stretch it too far, but you can, as you said, use it as a little sort of beware that followers of Jesus, we need to try very hard to not be, we want to be as accurate as we can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So,
well, and part of your message yesterday, in an argument for that fact, is that as you said, we need to get into our Bibles. We need to read it. We need to know it. And you were like, well, how can you tell if I'm telling you the truth? Here's the Bible.
Here's the
right?
Bible.
Absolutely. And so, as followers, if we're not in the Word, how can we know what the truth is as well? And so, we have a responsibility, to our own faith and to ourselves and to the Lord to know Scripture like He's given it to us.
Yes. There's a doctrine called the priesthood of the believer. That is a reference from, I think it's 1 Peter. We are a royal priesthood, a royal nation, as followers of Jesus. And the idea is you have access to God. And you have access to His enlightenment through His Word. And you should have teachers and pastors that you can go to and, talk it out and work through. But ultimately, you have access to the Scripture to study it yourself, understand it, pray to God, let Him illuminate that. And then you might go to a teacher or pastor for some clarity on some things, and be under the teaching of somebody that you trust and is staying true to God's Word in whatever church that is. So I croak tomorrow, Jake, you and your family. You got to find, you step up and be the interim until you guys find somebody else.
I'm not ordained.
It's all right. Go to.
Actually, I'm ordained, but I'm not. I didn't go to seminary.
What?
Well, just because I would officiate. Technically speaking.
In
all technicalities.
Okay, I'm with you. All right. That's funny. That's good. Well, anyhow, I was going to say, you want to go to a church where they're teaching the Bible, wherever that is, right? Make sure, if it's like, I've been in some situation where a pastor has just tons of stories that are really funny, or it was kind of all about them and how cool they were or whatever. And that's a very dangerous.
The message didn't open the Bible once.
Yeah. Now, see, like for example, somebody will say, "Well, I just had a bunch of stories and one little verse thrown in here and there." Well, that's different from digging into that one verse in all of its richness and really digging in, and it's just going to take 20, 30 minutes to talk about. That's a different thing, because I've done that.
Many times.
And I enjoyed it. Way too many times. But hey, it's the Bible, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. I'm not jumping around just like I came up with an idea and maybe there's a verse that kind of
like how clever am I? Let me make this work for me. No. It's viewed from the other perspective. But speaking of
therefore. Okay, all right.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of the one verse.
Yeah, what's a good one?
Always a good one to dive into is John 3:16.
Oh, I've heard of that one. What does it say, Jake?
Here. For God so loved the world that He gave His one and only Son, that whoever believes in Him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
Yes, amen. It's a grand one.
There it is.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
I need to, well, that's all.
And if you're so bold, read John 3:17 and 18 too. There's a couple extra gems in there. I won't spoil it for you, but.
For God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world. Read it.
Read it.
It's fantastic. Okay.
So good.
And contrary to so much popular belief today as well, if you continue to read through that.
Yes, very much so.
All right, good stuff. Well, I think we've covered a bunch of stuff since the last couple of weeks. There's more stuff. We didn't even talk about the garden, man.
I know we talk about the garden.
Just real fast. Garden fast.
The garden in 30 seconds. This past Sunday, we planted out onions, beans, carrots, got some zucchini, and we have garlic in the ground. Annette's plot has peppers, tomatoes, potatoes, and some pumpkins.
Pumpkins for sure.
It's going to be an absolutely awesome summer. We're very excited about it.
Beans. We got beans.
We got beans for days. Yeah. We will have hopefully, if everything goes well, a plethora of vegetables at the end of the season. We're going to enjoy a lot of it, give a lot of it away. It's going to be great. It's a very fun ministry to be a part of. We would love your help.
Yes. Come join us.
Yeah.
Excellent. That was good.
It is. Good.
Note to self, once again, Jake announcements on Sunday. And on Saturday we got a work day there with
That's right.
the group. That's gonna be tricky because it's the day.
I know, late night for Friday, early morning Saturday. I will be there.
That's how we roll.
It's gonna be all good. We're gonna have a good time with it. We'll show up in our Compass shirts and represent strongly like always.
Woohoo! Well, we got a lot of things to talk about that comes up this summer. Some weird stuff too. June's kind of a weird month on Sundays. This is gonna be weird.
Yeah.
But we'll be fun.
We'll make it through. Be good.
Well, I guess that's it.
There it is.
There you have it, folks. Okay, before we go to our final words, let me just simply say, we meet somewhere in the world every single week. And this coming Sunday, we're going to be back under the tree. Oh, we started that again. Back under the tree.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
I hope it'll be beautiful on Sunday. At the tree at Arkansas Elementary School. We'll be there that Sunday. We have some other things coming up. The way to find out about what that's all about and where is go to This Week at Compass on that page of compassdenver.com. And you'll see where we are. And we'd love to have you as our guest this Sunday. All right,
Yeah.
Final words.
This has been great because he is great.
Grace to you and peace. That's all we have for tonight, and we are out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're out.